Hi everybody, and for this extra step what we're going to be doing is adding a display for our bonus health. So in the event that we pick up a potion, we want to be able to display that we have some extra health that we're going to burn through. So to do that, we need to go into our player game object, find that player canvas. Depending on where you're at in this month, you may or may not have your health and stamina sliders. That's okay for now. We can go without them, but if you have them, you'll probably end up changing the way that your stuff is positioned when you add them. So if you don't have them quite yet, that's okay, but you probably will want to move things around once you add them. I recommend at this point you go ahead and open up the game view, so go from scene to game view, so that we can take a look at our UI as a whole. If yours doesn't look like this and it looks very big, you can select this thing up here where it probably says free aspect and choose 16 by 9. That'll make it widescreen and match what your monitor will look like. On our player canvas, we're going to right click and type create or select create empty. We're going to name this bonus health. Under bonus health, we're going to right click that and select UI text. And we're going to name this plus sign. And then we're going to duplicate that object. We're going to name it bonus health text, just like that. And then what we're going to do is then select both of them by holding Control and clicking each one. We're going to go to our text component over here on the right. We're going to center everything. We're going to give them a height of 60 in the rect transform section. We're going to set their color to a blue, a nice light blue. And then we're going to increase their font size to something like 38. For the plus sign object, we can now just select that one individually. We're going to replace new text in our text field with the plus sign. And then for bonus health text, we're going to replace new text with 0. Just like that. Then what we need to do is align those two objects with our health bar up top. So with the plus, or actually we can select both of them again by holding Control. We're going to click on where it says position Y in a rect transform up here and drag to the right. And we'll notice in our game view, that's actually going to make things slide up our screen because that's increasing our position Y value. We're then going to do the same thing on position X, but drag to the left. And now we're going to see that stuff line up nicely here. Then we can go ahead and select plus sign, just plus sign, and move it a little bit more to the left, so it's left of our health text. And what we actually need to do, I misled you earlier, we need to select bonus health text, and actually we need to choose left align here. We want to left align our bonus health text, so under alignment, make sure you go from center to left, and then we need to adjust at position X by dragging to the right so that we're still to the right of that plus sign. Just like that. Then what we can go ahead and do is actually disable this game object, or actually, no, I'm sorry, leave it enabled for now. But after you do your check setup, after you get the credit for the step in your tech ability window, then you can go ahead and disable it. But for now, leave it on. What we need to do is create a script that's going to handle updating our bonus health. So let's go ahead and go into our resources folder, find that scripts folder, and then create it. We're going to right click here and select create and then go to C# script. And then what we want to do is name this bonus health with a capital B and a capital H. And once we have our new script, we're going to select the player canvas. And we are just going to drag bonus health out onto our player canvas right here in the inspector. Once we've got it attached, go ahead and double click it and open it up. And we're going to add some space at the top of our script here for the purpose of adding some variables. We're going to add 3 variables, one public game object, bonus health object, bonus health object, just like that. Then we're going to say public text bonus health text, not test, text, just like that. Oh, and you may have noticed I typed text, but text alignment came up. If I delete alignment there, we're going to get an error underlining text. That's because we're not including using Unity Engine.ui. So up at the top here, we can click after using Unity Engine and tap Control or Command D to duplicate that line, and then add a .ui to the second line. That's going to give us access to that text object. Now we can add one more variable. It's going to be player stats, just like that. Next, we'll drop down into the start method and say stats is equal to get component in parent player stats. So it's going to grab the player stats component from the root player object, the very topmost player object. Then in update, we're going to drop down. We're going to say if stats.bonus health is greater than 0, we want to set the bonus health text equal to stats.bonushealth.toString, open close parentheses and semicolon. But inside those parentheses, we need to say in quotation marks, capital F, 0, just like that. So that's going to do is assign the current value of our bonus health to the bonus health text object, and then this quote-unquote F0 is going to make it so that it always has no decimal points. It'll always be whole numbers, despite bonus health potentially being a decimal number. Then we need to stay inside of this first if statement. We need to give ourselves some space and write another if statement. So we're going to say if bonus health object dot active self. So that means if our bonus health object is currently turned off, we just want to turn that on. So we're going to say bonus health object dot set active true, just like that. Then we need to step outside of our outermost if statement and add an else statement, which means if this is true, then we're going to run the code here rather than the code in here. But we're just going to copy this if statement here, the if bonus health.active self. We're going to copy and paste that into our else statement, but we're going to delete our exclamation point and we're going to swap true for false. So that means if our bonus health is not greater than 0, which means we don't have any bonus health, if our health object is on, we're just going to turn it off. And once you've got that done, go ahead and save your scene. But we do need to head back over to Unity to assign a couple of values to those variables. So make sure we go to the player canvas, and then we're going to drag the bonus health object into bonus health object, and then bonus health text into bonus health text. Once you've got that done, go ahead and select your player game object, the top one, go to overrides and hit apply all, and that will apply all of your changes to your prefab, so your player in your other scenes will have access to all the stuff you've added. So once you've got that done, go ahead and save your scene. As we go through and make changes to our player by adding objects or making tweaks and things, let's always make sure that this serves as a nice reminder. Let's always make sure that we select our player, go to the overrides tab and hit apply all, just to make sure that all of the changes we're making are applied to our player in all of our scenes.